Let's look at what the very smart, she really is smart, which is what makes this that much more disturbing. The very smart Rachel Maddow said, God bless the president. That was me doing my Rachel Maddow. God bless the president. They're 1917, Omaha, Nebraska. Sheriff John Smith gets a message over in an envelope. I can't do it. I'm not really good at improvise. I can't improvise historical trivia. Anyway, so God bless the president and the first lady. If you pray, please pray for their speedy and complete recovery, and for everyone infected everywhere. This virus is horrific and merciless. No one would wish its wrath on anyone. We must get it spread under control. Enough. It sounds very Old Testament, actually, and enough. It's even Dayenu, which is a, we sing that on Passover. We say it and sing it. So I wrote, I don't want to make a habit of this, but I will. I'll share a tweet that I tweeted. Because you're really making me realize my privilege, my Twitter privilege.
I mean, now I'm jealous. Yeah, you have it. Yeah.
So I wrote, this is not that funny, but I'm going to share it anyway. When Trump gets diagnosed with disease he helped spread by downplaying it, you tweet, God bless the president. When Sanders, who runs around the country trying to make healthcare right, has a heart attack, you tweet nothing. Ladies and gents, this is our liberal media.
Yeah, it's just fucked up, actually. That's an actually fucked up thing.
Yeah. Sparky writes, Maddow's business model is based on a live Trump. That's true.
That is true.
So she's not, forget it. She's actually literally out of self-interest asking us to pray.
She's praying to like Terry Gross or something like that.
Yeah, right. That's her God. But but she may just be doing it for her job. Shout out again to Ibrahim, who always collects great clips. So Ibrahim writes, Rachel Maddow making the case for sympathy for Trump compares him contracting COVID to your friend getting lung cancer because they didn't quit smoking.
Knowing the risks of lung cancer from smoking.
Okay.
Oh, God, this bullshit.
Despite knowing the risks of lung cancer from smoking. And then that person who you know got lung cancer. How do you react to that? Right? Well, part of the way you react is that you understand why they likely got it, right? Your instinct might even be to blame them for getting it. Go right ahead, right? Enjoy that schadenfreude. But also, you're a human being in this situation. If your friend has lung cancer now, regardless of what you feel about he or she,
not your friend
got it, right? Once you find out that they're ill, you wish and hope and try to save them, right? You get them treatment. You help them try to survive it. You move heaven and earth to cure them. That's how we do as humans, right?
That's how we do.
Understanding how we got here and now coping with what we have to
do. This is how we do.
Are two things that we can keep in our heads at the same time, and two things that we can keep in our soul at the same time.
Our soul.
That's how this works too, right?
Come on.
Come on. Okay, this is why, as a very smart person on Twitter pointed out, man, why won't you just not do this? This is such a bad analogy. Your friend who didn't quit smoking didn't put the lives of millions in danger with a death toll of 200,000 on their watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's about the long and short of it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how you could, what would the good analogy be? Like, look, we've all had that friend who gets a disease that they claim doesn't exist, and
it really is more like, it's like if it is the cigarette person, but they're also a cigarette executive who specifically lobbied and successfully lobbied to stop more precautions going on, and because of that lobbying, hundreds of thousands of people lost their lives, and then this person also lost their life from the same thing. I'm sorry, Rachel, but even if that's your friend, that's funny as fuck. And you know what I mean? I don't know what to say. There's things such as grand biblical irony, and and frankly, it's just Rachel's thing doesn't make sense beyond. It just doesn't make sense beyond the first half a second, pretty much. You know what I mean? If
what
you start
makes sense
going
is that
down,
there are people who have lung cancer who that's about it.
It's an illness. It's another illness.
It's another illness. Yeah. That really resonates with me.
There is a part of me that does feel like, it's the same as Ellen or whatever, hanging out with George W. Bush. It's some of these people, they're how like him or dislike him, but Trump is one of the people on TV, and that means he matters. You know what I mean? They're like, he is like me. He's one of the mattering people, and so we have to we have to pray for him. It's the same as Barack Obama not coming out to have shit to say about fucking any of child separations or anything like that. The first time he has anything to say live, it's about we have to pray for Trump or whatever. You know what I mean? It doesn't, when it's a normal person, it's the same as Ava DuVernay. Ava DuVernay, this week was the lady who wrote, she's a director and everything.
I know. Yeah, she did.
She this week was you better pray for Trump or whatever. And just like a week ago, she was like, if we don't vote right, we deserve what's coming to us or whatever. So I'm like, you think everyone in America deserves to die and suffer. But if the guy who's causing all that suffering suffers, we need to actually pray for him. I don't know. It's not for me. I don't agree. I would just have to say I don't agree.
Yeah, it's true. That's actually a really good. That's even worse.
Yeah,
because one's a bad analogy, and the other one is just a total double standard where you want powerless people to be punished and not the bad guy.
Charlotte Clymer is the same way. Charlotte Clymer did a post where she was like, we need to pray for Trump. And everybody remembers her post when it was thousands of new Georgia COVID cases. She was sips coffee or whatever. I'm like, so it doesn't matter when it's thousands of poor people, but it does if it's one president, no matter who president is.
I wish, are these tweets easily findable?
So you'll have to look up. Charlotte did end up actually deleting her post saying pray for Trump because everybody was owning her about her double standard there.
Right. So Charlotte's tweet: we're going to fight for their safety, healing, and well-being, even when we know they wouldn't do the same for us, because that's who we are, and the kind of mindset prevents all of us from getting in tragic situations just like this, which I understand. I agree with that. What is it?
Sure.
Gorilla mindset. And then breaking: Georgia verifies 1,000 new COVID-19 cases in 24 hours. Sips coffee.
Yeah, there we are.
Also, that's just a hateful thing to say. And it's also about, I think it was Bree who pointed out that, Georgia is not just poor white people. There are black people living in Georgia.
Right. Important important
demographic. I mean, I don't like the idea of wishing ill on poor white people either. But again, it's just you have one job, and it's to doesn't include wishing death on black people.
This is it's for your work at the human rights campaign or whatever the fuck you do as a PR person. I don't know that this is really necessary. That's all I would say. I don't know if it's necessary.
Look at us. We're the ones who are
how reasonable I am.
We're reasonable. I know. We're urging restraint. A man
so
who gets
reasonable.
kicked off of Twitter.
Yeah. What even the president himself could not get done.
Yes, you're right. You are very which makes you very presidential.
It does. It really does in some ways. Thank you for saying it. I didn't. Thank you for saying it.
I mean, and I'm going to thank myself for being such a brave soul.